It's your pal.
And your pal Taylor.
And we're here in the same place at the same time.
We are at where are we at?
Our office.
Nice.
Our office, because we work together, because we're best pals, and we're inseparable. So don't ever try it.
Inseparable.
Just kidding.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Anyways, this week we have a super interesting topic. I just realized, pal, my shirt matches our logo for this
I was
series.
thinking of that actually.
This is a good day to record.
Oh my God.
I didn't plan that.
Kind of got the stripes part of it.
Yeah,
You got the colors.
We're doing great. Anyways, we have a taboo topic for you today. Do you want to tell them what it is?
No, I do not.
Okay, I'll tell them. But you get a little closer because it's kind of like a secret. We're talking about the birds and the bees and the P's and the V's. Do you even know what that means?
I do not, but
are
you going to tell me?
Well, Taylor's going to find out, and it's going to be pretty interesting to see how this goes. You are?
No.
Are you sure you want to be excited? That was perfect. Okay, so we have
One
special guests this week. One and...
Mine is my BFF since birth.
Oh, who I met one time and we're already BFFs.
Yeah.
So shout out to Haley. Anyway, so you're going to hear from them and our conversation with them here in a few, and then we'll be back. Don't you worry.
Hey, Open Table. Today, I have a special guest speaking with us. So this is my BFF since birth, Haley Film now, also known as before Haley Richardson. Some of you will probably know her more.
So hi, I'm Haley. As Taylor said, I grew up in Madison, went to Madison High School, left Madison and went to Malone University in Canton, a friend's church or school, for my social work degree. Graduated there in 2017, went on to get my master's in social work, and I'm kind of doing school-based therapy for students. So I'm a huge mental health advocate, huge, just prevention advocate in all kinds of senses. Okay. Attended the church that shall not be named forever. Went to Malone because I was so involved in church that shall not be named. And really, I would like to call Malone school that shall not be named. And yeah, I think that, experiences at Cornerstone shaped me as a young person. And I think had a huge effect on me for the good and for the bad. So
I know it's funny, looking back now. I mean, obviously we were both in, youth group together, and I can remember always every February, we always had
Sex and Relationship Month.
Yeah. I'm like, oh God, here we go.
I was telling my husband about that last night, and he was like, you did what?
I know. And they would sit us all together, the girls and the guys, and then some of them, your boyfriends were there. And
I know. Weird. Yeah. It was very odd. It was.
But
okay.
I think, it's weird for me, looking back, because, at the time I knew I was gay, but I wasn't out about it. And for me, I feel I didn't get the full, shameful side. Most girls, I feel are women experienced with purity culture, because me, it was almost oh, this is kind of great, because for my boyfriends I had at the time, if they ever wanted to do anything, I'm like, no, I can't do that. God doesn't approve of that.
It was your scapegoat. You
I know, yeah. And I'm no, I'm sorry. I can't do that.
No,
that's wrongful in God's eyes. So
you're just gay, actually.
Yeah, just actually gay. Don't really want to ever experience any of that with any of you. But I don't know. For you, did you ever feel, I don't know, any different from my experience? Did you ever feel shameful or guilty?
Yeah, I think that something that stood out to me during those times of learning about Sex and Relationship Month or purity or whatever it is, anything in that bubble, is that I really felt that the responsibility of purity was placed from the woman on the girl, and that we were supposed to maintain a certain level of modesty or whatever in order to not make the boys or the men sway, right? Or like
Yep.
whatever. And
Yep.
so it was a lot of pressure placed on us as 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, whatever year olds. And a lot of pressure, a lot of responsibility. And then ultimately, because most of us, don't, stay as pure as they want us to, then are riddled with guilt and shame. And it's like, what did I do to make him or to make them or whatever, this relationship, like unpure? So yeah, a ton of shame and guilt with that.
Yeah.
I have this very specific memory that came up yesterday, and I think it's oddly specific, but I was in 8th grade. And do you remember in 8th grade, we would go to Stanton Park on the last day of school and go swimming?
Yep.
And I wore a bathing suit, a one-piece bathing suit that like the top and the bottom like connected down the center of like my torso, and the sides and the back was open, but it was still technically a one piece, like covered more than a bikini. And I remember walking from the pool all the way to like the front of the park and walking past somebody who went to our church and was a youth leader. I'm walking to the front. This woman from our church approaches me and is like, do you really believe what you're wearing right now is appropriate? And I'm like, my mom bought this for me. My mom thinks it's okay. She's like, I don't think you should be wearing that. You should really cover up. That's not appropriate. Not even at a church event. I was at a school event. Totally okay with Madison Middle School to be wearing that. Just a random person who was chaperoning came and felt like that was needed to tell me. Were you telling that to everybody else? No, you singled me out. You made me feel shameful. And what did I do? I went and I put clothes on. I did not go swimming or like have fun in the sun in my bathing suit the rest of the day because of what you said to me. So the fact that I am 26 and I still remember that little thing, I think it was just like the cherry on top of like pushing me over the edge with like the trauma of the purity crap.
It's like, I even think of, you just saying that in high school, you know how much they used to harp on like the girls for wearing like the spaghetti straps, or if you had like, holes in your jeans. I was actually thinking, I think last night how I remember when you went to Malone and like what was the rule there where you guys had to leave your door open? Like,
I think about my time there and just how sheltered we were. Like, you were taken from high school and just put into a slightly larger and more difficult classes, but high school again, where you're just protected and you can't make decisions for yourself. And they had all these crazy rules, like 4 feet on the floor, all your lights on. You can't use a blanket. Your door had to be 45 degrees open if you had someone of the opposite sex in your room. Doesn't matter if you're gay. Doesn't matter, whatever. Like, doesn't matter. Those are the rules you have to follow. We had visiting hours, only certain days and times. Good boys and girls go in other dorms. And then the RAs would like walk around, which I think is common at all schools. But like at any time, they would just walk into your room. Like there was no like
privacy
or just like respect or like autonomy over your space or ownership of your space, because at any time, because you had to have your door open, somebody else could just walk in. It was weird.
That's weird.
I think the like purity culture at Malone was way worse than anything I experienced at Cornerstone or in high school. It was so toxic. It was like the pressure 100% on women. Like, oh my God, to be like a good, godly woman, whatever. And like the boys, the men, the dudes at college just did whatever the the guys just did whatever they wanted. It wasn't a priority to them. It wasn't preached to them constantly. And you had all these women's Bible studies and these women's thing and these, your floor would meet every week and have a Bible study. And 95% of the time it was about, getting your MRS. Like, who are you talking to? Who are you dating? Like, when, like, anybody got a reading lockdown, or like maintaining purity and being a good wife in the future. And are you praying for your husband? Are you praying?
Oh, I remember that.
And I'm like, oh my God, can we have other goals? Yeah. Like, can we do something else?
Yes.
Wow, that was a great talk with one of our pals.
Thanks, Haley. Thanks
a lot.
Appreciate you guys.
Wouldn't be where I am today without you, pals.
Nope.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for your perspectives. And we will see you next week. Probably not in the same place. So take it all in.
No.
Take it all in right now.
Take
You
it
never
in.
know what you're going to get. As usual, with your pals
Your pal Taylor.
and your pal, signing off from Akron CISO. Shout out.
Adios.
It sound right, boy.